family, it's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shouts out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. All right, family, come on in. And I want to say great Kujichagulia to you. We give a round of applause to all the Kujichagulia babies. Yes, y'all. Man, we are on the day of Kujichagulia during the week of Imani. So we're going to also give it up for the Imani babies as well, because this is your week. Let's celebrate. Man, I am always looking for more ways for us to celebrate each other, man. So, by expanding the Nguzo Saba map or narrative, Nguzo Saba calendar in the way that we have done it, has given me the opportunity. Now I can celebrate 2 of our principles per day, right? If you're a beginner, only focus on one, because what I want you to get into the habit of doing is being able to find your principle. Find the principle of the day every day. Be able to find it, identify it, be able to see it in motion, be able to see it around you so that you can see that our ancestors and the things that we believe and the things that we work towards are moving towards us. But because we become inundated by a lot of stuff around us, we can't see it, right? We're looking for the wrong shit. I want you to start looking for the right things, right? I want you to start looking for your principles. So today, those of you that are new, I want you to focus on finding Kujichagulia all throughout the day. Kujichagulia going to pop up at you. Kujichagulia going to be popping up all around you, right? All you got to do is look for it. All you got to do is seek it, and you'll find it. Just like sometimes you seek being mad. You want something to be mad at. You seeking it out. You want something to be sad about. You seeking it out, right? I want you to seek your principle. I want you to seek the principle of the day. As well as those of you that are more advanced, I want you to seek the principle of the week. Also, I want you to seek out and think about, those of you that are more advanced, what is the relationship between Imani and Kujichagulia? How does Kuji looking at Imani through the lens of Kujichagulia, right? Go ahead. Go and look at it. Do that exploration. And if you want to, you're going to leave me a comment about it. And let's build. If you're feeling me, somebody top out Shay. So, all right, family, let's get it started. I want to make sure that I get you the proverb as well as the algorithm for the day, just in case it's not in the write-up, because I went through the write-up. I don't remember whether they expressed it. They expressed around it, but I don't know if they said it plainly. But the proverb of the day is, inside of a small seed is the hidden path of a large tree. That's dope how they put that. Inside of a small seed is the hidden path of a large tree. Inside of you, right, is a hidden path, right? This means that you have to do some self-exploration in order to find what it is you're designed to do, right? You have to do some exploration, and it's important in this day and time. Why? Because the environment is designed to keep you from moving towards your greatness. It educates you away from it. What they indoctrinate you away from it. Right? Make you feel guilty for being able to do it. Right? Come on now. Type out share if you feel me. Because I need you to be broken down. right? I need you to be able to be of service to me. I get upset when you work towards other things and you're trying to work for yourself. It's racism when you start trying to do stuff for yourself, right? Um, come on now, family. When you start defining the world for you, and all of a sudden it's a problem. It's a problem. When we as a people start defining and doing things for ourselves, it becomes a problem. When I start seeking my hidden path, right, people get upset. Not only outside of us, but even sometimes inside of us. How dare you think that you could find yourself? What's going on? What makes you think you so special that you take the time to find yourself? How dare you? Right? Family, one of the things that I am striving to be able to do is to create space where our young people can find who they really are. Not who we telling them they need to be. Not who the system telling them who they need to be. True Kujichagulia, right? I want them to find their hidden path. Inside of a small seed is the hidden path of a large tree. I want to see the beautiful trees that are around me, right? I want to see the seed come to fruition. Let's say that it's not a giant tree. Let's say that it's a weed, right? Let's say it's a herb. Let's say it's a I don't know whatever other type of plants out there. But I want to see it come to fruition because each one of them has a place in the order, in the overall order of things. We might not always understand it, right? But when it's needed, it's there, right? All right, so family, let's move on. So let's move on to the haiku of the day. The haiku of the day, so just in case it's not mentioned, clearly, I am indigo, deep, sovereign, and self-governed. Let's say it again. I am indigo. I'm listening. I am indigo, deep, sovereign, and self-governed. All right? Now, in these statements, I want to make sure that y'all understand I'm not talking about the same serenity that some of my brothers out here on the street talking about. All right? We're not talking about that. All right? I am indigo, deep. This means I go below the surface. You're deep. You go below the surface. Right? And sometimes you go too deep, but you go below the surface. You go down so that you can find the treasure. Treasure's usually below the surface. Most treasures are not laying up on top. They're not out for you to see. Sort of like the seed. You got to put the seed down into the earth or into the proper environment for it to start sprouting. And usually the proper environment involves being hid like a hidden space. Most treasures are deep. You got to go down for them, right? I'm deep. I'm sovereign, right? Controlling myself, right? I'm controlling myself. I have some control of my environment. Self-governed. I control myself, right? I govern myself. My words have meaning. When I make a promise to myself, I keep my promise to myself. I try to keep my word to other people. You understand what I'm saying? Not even trying, you do. All right? So, now we got that. So, let's get into the haiku and then we'll get into the script. You know? All right. Let's clap it up for those of you that's joining us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, comment, because your comments let me know where we are. And when I say it, listen, the only way we grow is if we grow. Family, I don't know how we did it, but we got 1,000 downloads, over 1,000 downloads for the show now. So this means somebody somewhere is listening, right? And for some reason, I had a spike. I had a spike last week. I had about 8,000 downloads. You know what I'm saying? Made about 50 cents. But it's all good. I have to share the numbers with you. I think when I get some time, when I come in one evening, I'll do a live video on the Telegram. And if you want to join, we could talk about some of the stuff, and I can answer some questions, or we could have just some general discussion. But anyway, here are the haikus. It is the small ones that will change the world we know into what we need. Now, yesterday we covered the story of from Seven Sticks called The Magic Bird, and in there, the small ones, the children, was the one to change the world. I'm not gonna go too deep in it. You go and get the book. The book is in is in the description. Just go click the link, connect with Tim and Gye-nyame Journey. Go to the author's page. There's a book called Seven Sticks. In there, in that book, there's a story called Magic Birds, and in the Magic Birds, it was the children that basically saved the Gye-nyame, not Gye-nyame people, the Nyame people. Which is, if you know the mythology of Gye-nyame, you know the importance of the Nyame people to Gye-nyame tribe, right? Anyway, it's the mythology. I keep telling you, I'm not playing with this. The hidden path, or the large tree that was in me, is the Gye-nyame piece, right? That's one of the branches that when I sprouted up, that's one of the branches that came out. There might be others, right? But that's one of the major things that came up out of me, that understanding mythology and being able to use it to help people, right? Anyway, next one, small things hold power, but they must define themselves in spite of haters. Small things, you a small thing, right? You hold power, but they must define. You must define yourself in spite of the haters, right? Sometimes the hater can be bad soil. You know what I'm saying? Bad environment, right? You know what I'm saying? A rock could be in your path. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't allow what's around you to define who and what you are. Stop you from finding the hidden path to your tree. You understand what I'm saying? Small things hold power. I want you to understand, the most powerful things are, let's just think about this. The most powerful energy source that we have on this planet is when we split an atom. The most powerful energy source in this solar system that we know of is when atoms are forced together. This is even more powerful than splitting an atom. When atoms are forced together, right? And they cause an explosion, and it powers this thing we call the sun. You got fission, which is cutting an atom. You got fusion, which is forcing atoms together. Both of them release a lot of energy, but what a lot of people don't know, from these very small things, right? These very small things that are 99% empty space. When you force that 1% or you split that 1%, you release a massive amount of power. So I want you to just imagine how much power is inside of you. Small things hold power, but they must define themselves in spite of the haters. Now, last one. To become stubborn, the I must plug into we to establish state. If we want to be stubborn, we got to transform these I's into we's, these minds into R's to establish a state. Because in order to protect the borders of anything we create, we got to have a group. An individual can't be stubborn. A small group of individuals, especially right now in this world, it's hard to be stubborn. They done showed you what they'll do. Just go to Philadelphia. Back in the day, I think it was the 80s. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the bomb. You might even need something bigger than the city because shit, Tulsa. Come on now. You gotta think about it. All right, so let's get into the script. Are y'all ready? All right, let's get it. Here's the actual haiku for the day. Inside a small seed is hidden the path of a giant tree. Oh man, that's not haikuing. In is hidden the path of a giant tree. That's whack. Alright, that's not a haiku. That's whack. Man, somebody working against me. I gotta go on back and refine that. Let me pause for a second. I'm gonna rewrite that. Alright, I repaired it. Inside the small seed is hidden the secret path of a giant tree. Is that man haikuing? Yeah, I'm doing it. Yep, I'm doing it. All right, I forgot a word. Oh no, a 2-syllable word, which is a big thing when you're doing haikus. All right, so I want to greet you. So I want you to rise in the line. Warriors, elders, and nation builders. Come on, stretch out a little bit. Today, the ancestral drum beat to the precise frequency of Kujichagulia, which is self-determination for the uninitiated. We are stepping into the deep southern vibration of indigo, the color of the third eye and the royal intuition. Today is about reclaiming the ultimate authority over our own narrative, actively shifting our collective mind state away from the heavy, toxic gravity of blame, shame, and guilt into the expansive, radiant orbits of peace, power, and joy. Look closely at the seed. To the untrained eye, it is a small, insignificant, and buried deep in the dark, cold dirt. The world looks at the soil of the black experience in America and think it is a graveyard, but our ancestors knew the darkness wasn't a burial. It was a cocoon. The seed does not beg the soil for permission to expand. It doesn't look at the surrounding weeds or rocks and ask them to validate its identity. It already possesses the complete, unshakable blueprint of the giant mahogany of the ancient baobab deep inside its spiritual DNA. It is inherently self-governing. Our minds and bodies are locked into the exact same southern loop. Consider the ancestral story of the princess with the crooked back. This is also in the book Seven Sticks. Her name was Nata, who allowed the cruel opinions of her peers to shrink her self-esteem until she chose to isolate herself from the world. She falsely believed her physical deformity defined her entire worth. But when the wise tutor sage set her down in the garden, he taught her that others' opinions don't count unless she accepts their truth. Accept them as truth. He trained her in the rhythmic breath, instructing her to pull life energy, what we call Ashe, deep into her belly to expand her capacity. Sage whispered a final sovereign secret into her ear. A person becomes what they think about. A person becomes what they think about. A person becomes what they think about. Once nature cleared her mind of the toxic groupthink, she stood tall in her royal posture, completely redefining her reality. She stopped trying to fit into a broken mold because she realized she already carried the crown within her mind. To unlock the raw power of Kujichagulia today, the tribe must master via negativa, the subtractive approach to self-mastery. We do not encourage you to do more. We encourage you to release what is unnecessary. It is time to scrape off the buildup. My alarm don't care, boy. It just busts in. But to unlock, let's take it from here. To unlock the raw power of Kujichagulia today, the tribe must master via negativa, a subtractive approach to self-mastery. We do not encourage you to do more. We encourage you to release what is unnecessary. It is time to scrape off the buildup of external programming, systematic definitions, and false narratives that have been forced upon you and upon us. Cut the noise of the critics who try to tap or trap you in a box of mediocrity. Drop the weight of old traumas in an unbalanced seven. Unbalance 7 passions like fear, envy, that cloud your third eye. Strip away the need for permission from institutions that were never designed your freedom in the first. That was never designed to give you freedom in the first place. When you scrape off the buildup of societal expectations, you reveal the original pristine blueprint of the sovereign giant you were born to be. We have spent too long operating on autopilot, floating in an ocean of external labels. But Kujichagulia is the active decision to block out the noise, like G during the deep trials, who had to face the fierce fire of the phoenix to burn away his internal weights and master his shell. We must let the flames of self-determination consume our false identity. G returned to his village not to seek approval, but to establish order, lower the heavy taxes of oppression, and build institutions for the youth. He built his people from the inside out. That is the work of true nation building. Stand tall, breathe deep into your belly, and dictate your own truth. Now, family, you get more information about some of these writings outside of this piece right here down in the description. Go to my author's page. But yo, I am up. I am out. I want to thank you for listening. You know what that means. You are now listening to Gye-nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.